YouTube, welcome back. I'm currently sitting at my desk working. For those of you who don't know, I finally got a job, a post-grad job, sort of. It's a part-time job, but hopefully it's gonna be full-time soon. So that's what I've been doing for the past couple of weeks. And yeah, it's just been an adjustment, you know, leaving the college environment, moving back home and dealing with, you know, job and YouTube and blog and all this stuff that I'm dealing with right now, and also dealing with a life transition, you know, being a post-grad. So there's a lot of emotions that I've been feeling lately. This is how I sit when I want to focus. I literally sit on my toes, and it's a great calf workout. But that's not what we're talking about. What are we talking about? Oh, yes, I was saying that I was stressed. So I feel very stressed. I feel very overwhelmed. I don't know when I'm going to move out of my parents' house. I don't know where I'm gonna live. Because my job is remote, I can live anywhere. So I wish it almost wasn't, so that it would force me to live in one place, because too much choice, as we know, is not great, especially for someone who's super indecisive like me. But yeah, with all of these emotions, obviously, now that I don't drink, I don't have alcohol to numb them, because I don't think I was doing it consciously, but definitely subconsciously. When I drank to numb feelings of stress, feelings of anxiety, being overwhelmed. And so now that I don't have alcohol to numb that, I have to learn to deal with my emotions without it. And you hear this saying in sobriety all the time, it's feeling all the feelings, because like I said, you don't have anything to numb out your emotions and you have to sit with them no matter what. So that can be really overwhelming, that can be tough, but I have come up with a few healthy coping mechanisms for how to work through those feelings, and that's what I'm going to share with you in this video. This weekend Grady is coming to visit, so we're going to be doing, I don't really know what we're going to do, but we're going to do some fun stuff, so you'll see that in this vlog. I'm sitting at this pond and I'm on a walk right now, like in the middle of my walk. I just sometimes stop and pause to sit at this pond that's in my neighborhood. But I had a really long work day, and that's kind of how all my work days have been lately. I just started these jobs like 2 weeks ago, so all of my days have been very tiring, very long, and very exhausting. And I remember like in college when I would get through a week of, you know, really hard schoolwork and tests and even finals week, you know, whatever I was doing, and it was a really hard week, I remember just looking forward to Friday evening so much and rewarding myself with drinking and just being like, you know, you earned this after your hard week. Or flip side of that, in moments when I was super stressed, like during the weeknight, I'd turn to alcohol. It's Friday night right now, and on Fridays, you know, weekends have gotten a lot easier, but they definitely used to be harder in terms of being sober on the weekends. But I really enjoy going for walks between like when I get off work and when I have dinner, because it's just a way, since I work from home, it's just a way for me to split up the day. You know, you did your work, now you're on a walk, and now you can relax type of thing. So movement and walking is a great coping mechanism that I use. It also really helps with cravings. Anytime I'm having an alcohol craving, 20 minutes of movement, whether that's running, walking, like a workout, really helps satisfy the cravings. It gets the endorphins flowing, and they're happy endorphins. They're real endorphins. They're not artificial endorphins that alcohol gives you. And there's something so peaceful about nature. Getting out in nature, that can be another great coping mechanism. And just when I'm in nature, I kind of realize how small I am in comparison to the world and in comparison to my problems, like how small my problems are. I don't know, so.
Wilson?
this is just little clips of me being stressed out and how I'm handling myself. Whenever I'm feeling emotional, any type of emotion, whether that's stress, sadness, feeling overwhelmed, the one thing that is guaranteed to make me feel worse is being on my phone. I find that in times of stress, when I don't want to focus on something or when I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'll pick up my phone to try and distract myself, but it ends up just making my stress and the feelings I'm having a lot worse because of course you get into comparison on Instagram. I can pretty much just guarantee that text messages, social media, like having to respond to people, looking at emails is just going to stress me out even more. So whenever you're feeling all the feelings, feeling the emotions, do not go on your phone, especially if those feelings are stemming from, FOMO, that you're not drinking with your friends. Going on Snapchat, going on your phone, and seeing your friends drinking while you're not there is a very shitty feeling. I've been there many times. So do something that will take your mind off of the emotions that you're feeling, healthy distraction, anything like that. I've found that when I'm feeling stressed, overwhelmed, sad, any type of emotion, reading can really take me out of my current emotion and drop me into whatever world is in the book, and that really is a good distraction technique. It's not good for, working through your emotions, but it is if all you need is just a distraction and to not be mentally where you are right now. It's a good way to, get absorbed in a different world and a different person's story. So specifically fiction books and stories and novels where I can be transported into this other world. I have a couple books on my nightstand that are self-help and personal development books, but those tend to just stress me out if I'm already feeling emotional or stressed, because then I'm starting to think I'm doing all of this stuff wrong. I need to fix this stuff. I hope that makes sense. I'm super tired. I'm gonna read and go to bed. This is my workout area lately. This is my sister's room. So it's kind of a crazy mess because she's not here. She lives in New York now, but I have my mat, I have all my weights, and then I set up my laptop with a Sydney Cummings follow along workout, and I just do it right here. And progressive overload style, we'll grab a heavier weight if you're ready for that. And hold you to the ground. Lock yourself in. As you can see, I'm unbelievably sweaty. I love Sydney Cummings YouTube workouts. They're very hard, but they make me feel so good afterwards. Delish. Just got done with my first meeting of the day. It went well. I'm not too stressed yet, so I don't have really anything to do right now until my next meeting, so I'm going to take time to journal, and usually I do this right when I wake up before I do any sort of movement, but I woke up a little late today, so I didn't have time to do it. So in between meetings, I think it's the perfect time. I have an entire video on my channel about my journaling routine, and that goes into like each different journal I use, because I think I have like 5, which sounds overwhelming. So if you don't journal yourself and you want to get into it, don't think you have to start with 5. And when I say 5 journals, like these are 3 of them, so I'm not going to go into all of them. I'm mainly going to go into the one type of journaling exercise that really helps with when I'm feeling overwhelmed, feeling anxious, and just have a lot of swirling thoughts in my brain, and that is a brain dump. This is something I honestly don't know where I heard it the first time, but basically you take 10 minutes to just write whatever comes out of your brain and onto the page. So there's no prompt, there's no nothing. I think you can start with a prompt if you want, but usually I don't. I just write down 10 minutes of whatever I'm feeling, and it really helps me work through my emotions, work through some of the thoughts that I have in my head that are maybe a little jumbled and I don't know how they connect. I somehow find a way to connect them. I somehow find a way to connect them on the page, and sometimes I come to conclusions that I never thought that I would have. So it's a really great way that I deal with my emotions and gets everything up here onto here. I'm just chilling outside. Had kind of a stressful morning, like every morning, so I just like to come outside and take some deep breaths and feel the sun on my face. And one thing that was talked about in one of my meetings the other day was to handle stress, just doing anything that changes your physiology, so your physical self. So going for a run, sweating, feeling the sun on your face, like anything that will cause a physiological change can be really helpful in times of stress. So when I'm feeling particularly stressed, sometimes I'll just come outside for a few seconds and feel the sun on my face, and I feel better.